Hey, it's Allie with Seattle Coffee Gear, and today we're actually doing a sneak peek video for the fellow Ode. This has been a much anticipated grinder that I am pretty pumped to try out. I've actually never used it or anything. This will be my first experience with it, so I'm pretty excited. This is their first grinder, but Fellow's been making a lot of coffee products that I've used, known, and loved, so I'm looking forward to it. I think we should just jump in and start opening it up. The case, the packaging is super nice, and it kind of goes through all of the little features it has here. Go ahead and slide this out. Ooh, don't do that. I'm gonna open it up. It's honestly smaller than I thought it was going to be, like from all the pictures and stuff I've seen. Ooh, the plastic makes it a little slippery. And they have like, I've definitely had makeup brushes like this before for cleaning your grinder. It's so small. So it actually has like a brew guide under here, or like a setting guide. So that's really useful. You can kind of keep track of what number means what, because I always have to look that up with my grinder at home right now and just like kind of remember what settings I use. So they have all the way from Prisma, which is their like AeroPress attachment, to cold brew, and like electronic coffee maker, which is like a drip pot, pour over, regular AeroPress, and then cupping, which is fun. So with our little tiny hopper here, this is our catch bin. I wish that would stay. This is our catch bin. Also kind of cute, looks like a cup. It has a lid that removes. And inside they have these little guided paths. So I guess that's for whenever you're putting your coffee in your pour over or something. It kind of guides it instead of all falling out, which is good. They have a volume measure in here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 dots. I'm not sure why you would want a volume in there, but this is magnetic too. So that actually is really nice and super satisfying, because sometimes it's hard to put those back into place, but I think I could do that all day. It's, yeah, fun. Such a small footprint. I don't think I've ever seen a grinder this small, honestly. Like, it's all compact and together. Huge dial on the front. Oh, that's satisfying to move though. It's very easy to turn, but it's like a satisfying click into place. Cool, very cool. Guess that's the on-off button in the front. Let's plug it in, let's try it out. I know this has like some pretty big burrs inside of it too. I believe it was 64 millimeters. That seems almost crazy. All right, it's on, it beeped, but I don't see any display or anything, so I think that's just like the beep to let you know that it is powered on or has power coming through it. So it does have an auto stop, I knew that much, so whenever you press this, it will automatically stop when the coffee is done grinding. So like just then. Yeah, even when you hold it, if there's no beans, it does that to protect the motor, which is pretty cool. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to grind some beans with this. I think we're gonna go ahead and make a pour over. A couple of other things, this has like a little knock chute, because there's always a little bit of coffee left over, but this will help get that off for any retention that might be. Let's grind. Get my coffee. Okay, so I've kind of got reset up here with some pour over stuff so we can test it out and actually brew something. I wanted to kind of show, it actually gives you a range here for pour over, which I like, because I usually do a little bit finer of a pour over myself. So I'm gonna try, it says pour over is recommended from 2 to 5. I'm gonna try 3 and just see. So turning it to 3 here. And then I mentioned, so it has 64 millimeter burrs, which is crazy, because that's pretty big for a domestic grinder. And then it holds, or it can grind up to 80 grams of coffee, which would be like, I don't know, roughly like 2 Chemexes or maybe a big bulk batch of like brewed coffee. Because I think I usually do 70 grams for like an 8-cup drip pot. So let's grind out. I usually use the lid for like weighing, just because it makes it a little bit easier. Let's not auto tear. 21 grams is what I use. Whoops. May not work as well on this flat one. Probably better, why don't we use the catch bin? Probably what it's meant for. Perfect. Get a little too much. I'll take it. 22 grams. What's an extra gram? Or let's try it with the top off. Nice. Gosh, it seems so crazy that I'd be able to grind 80 grams because that seems so full. Love the magnetite thing. Okay, I'm excited to hear the sound on this too. Holy crap, that was really quiet. That was really quiet for a grinder, and it was really smooth. Usually you hear all kinds of commotion when the beans are grinding, but I'm impressed. Color me impressed. Stopped on its own too. Knocking that off. Beautiful. Pretty consistent. A little bit of static in there, but that is to be expected, especially for new. Okay, pumped. Put that back. And let's brew. I am using their fellow kettle as well, which I absolutely love. Probably my favorite kettle that we sell, just because I like this handle and the way that it's designed for my hand, or the way that I hold the kettle, like that. I also love the tip here, which reduces that flow. And we are brewing some huckberry coffee today. This is the Blue Orchid blend. Probably takes some getting used to get used to the little like side things. I've never had that before, so I was like trying to pour it this way, but gotta do it in the middle. Put that back. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's do it. So Fellow is based out of California, like that's where all their design and stuff happens. But this grinder is made in China. This is actually the pre-production Model 2, I should mention. It's not the one that they're actually full-fledged selling right now, so that's why this is more of a sneak peek rather than a full crew review. We will probably come back out with a crew review once it's actually released, or at least a little bit more detail on that. Perfect. Looks pretty consistent from what I can see here. I always like to look at the grinds after a pour or two and see how many fines we get. Oops. Let that pour for a little bit. Nice. Wow, this looks good. It's been a long time since I've had this coffee in particular as a pour over too, so that will be nice. It's a little bit richer. It has like a deep chocolate note. Probably move that over. So I did 21 grams in, or 22 roughly. Usually I do 21, and then I stop at 320 grams out. Usually stop halfway through, or if I'm feeling a little lazy, I'll just keep going and pour a little bit slower. Smells great. I'm gonna, that sound is just so quiet. I can't get over that. I'm gonna try something else too while we wait here. I'm gonna go all the way on the finest setting. Just throw a little bit of beans in there. And this is just a brew grinder only, no espresso, just keep that in mind. See, it stops on its own. I love that feature. That's really nice. Because usually you get like grinders that will have like a time dosed, or you'll have grinders that are just manual on and off. So that's kind of a cool thing that they've thought ahead and know from, you know, being in the coffee industry and being baristas and making coffee and realizing that that's something people would want. Perfect. This is coming out really good. I'm excited. Wow. Yeah, the grinds are super consistent. Like some of the least bit of fines I've seen in a while. And, you know, I did go finer on that range. So that's pretty impressive. So let that finish dripping and set it in the sink. And then I'm curious about these finer grinds here. So I did the max on one. Nice, yeah. Pretty good. There's still a little bit of like, see if I can get this on camera here. Wow, yeah, it's still really, really consistent, like really even in the grind. And I think that has a lot to do with that big burr. Wow, yeah, that's pretty impressive. Okay. Coffee time. Cheers. Nice, yeah. Classic coffee. Tastes just like what I want, like a nice chocolate. And it has like a nutty note too, but let me see what they say. Caramel, roasted walnuts. There you have it. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, it said it recommends it for espresso, lattes, drip coffee. Yeah. This is something you could add cream to if you wanted to, but it's still good black if you like a stronger type of coffee. It was so fun to use this grinder and to, you know, play with it. And I'm looking forward to getting the actual version in as well. But I'm sure it will be a lot like what I see here today, because pretty cool design. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. We'll see you next time.